Okay, so so to get started, where do you guys think we should start with a drum beat?
I think Dan should start headbanging, and we'll go from there.
Do you want me to use this keyboard as a MIDI controller for the drums?
I think we'll be all right.
Do we have loops?
I think actually for hair metal, we don't really have a hair metal loop on hand. It shows you how really like random this is.
What tempo are we shooting for here?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll tap into tempo.
There might be. I might have had some live drums. No, not really hair metal.
How about dun, 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 dun,
something quicker? What is that, like 120?
Like boom,
130?
Boom, boom.
I got some 120 beats in there.
Yeah, that's about 120.
Yeah, 120 is good.
Feel the noise.
Okay, so we'll do 120. And we're using sonar, by the way, as usual.
Girls, rock the boys.
So Drew brought in some...
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking of. So Drew brought some beats in. I'm seeing 150.
Oh, there should be a 120 in there.
Oh, here's 120.
Yeah.
That's not hair metal.
No, it's not.
So that loop probably not really going to work for hair metal. It's more of sort of a groove, almost R&B jazz thing.
Yeah.
So what we're going to have to do is create our own drum sounds. And in Sonar 6, the best way to do that is Session Drummer 2. So I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to load a program. Let's go with rock.
Sweet.
Hair metal rock. I'm feeling sort of a ride.
It's more of like a tight kind of thing.
Tight rock and ride?
Yeah, like 80s hair metal was definitely like they used really like tight drums.
I thought they used like gated drums. Well, if we need to, we can gate them.
Yes.
Okay, so Mike is controlling these sounds now.
Totally.
How's
80s.
the ride? Yeah, that's it. How's the ride on there? It should be there you go. Oh, that's a crash.
There's the ride.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, that's working.
That'll work.
All right, so
Is that
Feel
120?
around the kit a little bit.
while you're doing that, I'm going to set up a clip.
That was pretty good. I think Britton's doing vocals.
All right, here we go. That's not hair metal, man.
I know. I'm just
Okay, here I'm gonna give you a click, and you just start going.
All right. Whoop.
Just keep going.
Okay.
All right, cool. So there were a few not exactly on
Goofs
there, but that's no problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim up to that point, you know, where you started. And I'm going to do a quick quantize.
Quantize that.
Quantize.
Well, Dan, how are you going to quantize
What I'm going to do is straight quantize to 16th. In Sonar, all you do is highlight the MIDI track or the MIDI region and go to process, quantize. And usually 16th is fine. We'll see how that sounds.
Nowadays, the kids are calling quantize goof magnets.
That was horrible.
Ooh, that didn't work at all.
Try doing eighth note.
Yeah. So I just undid that, quantize, and try to quantize the 8th note instead of the 16th. I actually heard like a straight kick. There's like a string note right there. So what I'm gonna do?
I think it was just doubled.
Yeah. Let me just. I'm going into the piano roll editor. Let's see.
Strange.
I think it's just that 80s sound. It's right there.
No,
it's tiny.
Oh,
You're
it's
right.
a little guy.
I'm gonna zoom in.
I barely even see him.
Nice call.
That's the amount of time that I spent using Reason. I can just like see that like the littlest trigger. I'm like, oh, it's right there.
I'm gonna move in and see. We can see that little trigger.
Just a wee little guy.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, you did.
Delete it and
MIDI doesn't lie, bro.
Damn.
MIDI doesn't lie.
Damn.
There's another
There
one.
it is, another one. Yeah.
I'm like a hawk. I'm like a hawk with cameras on my head.
And I don't know. This kind of dragging for me. I think we need to bump the tempo up a little bit.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
totally.
Yeah, this is kind of like that, the almost
There's
ballady.
another one. What do you say? 130, 140,
Yeah.
145.
145.
145.
Do I hear 150?
No.
Going once.
Okay,
Going twice.
let's see how that sounds.
There we go.
That's actually a little too much. Let's try
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little punky.
142. That's also a little too fast.
135.
Yeah,
135.
135.
Right on,
Absolutely.
Right on. Okay. That's about right. That's a little fast for hair metal, but I like it a little fast. 132. Britton's mouthing at me 132. So we'll give that a try. All right. Just got to think of what's his face?
The dude with one arm.
Hey.
You got to
the job
visualize it. That's not funny.
I'm sorry, Def Leppard guy. Don't beat me up.
He's gonna
If
find
I were to
you.
lose half an arm, I would get a drumstick actually grafted on my bone.
That would not work because you'd just be like,
I'd get a robot
Wow.
arm.
Get a nice bounce off of that.
Here. Okay, so this is a decent drum beat, and what we can do. Let's see. Right now, I'm looking at this thing. We got less than 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is take this, and first I need to trim up the beginning again, just to make sure that we're right on. So we're editing in the grid mode, so we don't really need to worry about being exactly on. I'm going to cut that off. Are we in the grid mode? Let's see. Yeah.
but you're in whole notes. You should go to 8.
I still can't
Oh, here
believe
we
we
go.
drew death metal or hair metal.
You're so pissed about
I
that.
am.
My feelings are hurt.
I really think the
There we go.
Gearwire audience was expecting Hall & Oates today.
They wanted Hall & Oates.
They did.
We almost did blues if we didn't all vote against
Oh.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that would have been kind of lame. That means we would have been 40 automatically.
How'd that end?
Should we loop it?
I'm thinking what we need to do is add a fill after that.
Okay.
That's very appropriate. Yeah.
Do you think you can do that on the?
On the fly, or
Can you try just like
program
a?
it?
Do-do-do-do-do-do? Yeah, maybe we should just program it.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You could do it. Yeah, he's got it.
Okay, so I'll give you 2 measures, and then you
Okay.
go into the fill. Okay.
Should I be playing the rest of it, or just
No,
do the fill?
don't worry
Okay.
about it. 2 measures, and then do the fill. So this would be
At the end of the second measure.
Well, maybe I should give you 1 measure because we're going kind of slow.
So it's at the end. Just I'll do it at the end of the second measure along with the beat.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we're gonna get. Exactly.
Precisely.
All right. So I'm gonna press record, and you just go do it 1 measure and a half. And
Okay.
you go.
Gotcha.
Mike Payne's got some chops.
Right on.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
So I'm gonna take off that last note.
I happen to be rather badass.
So we got to get a trigger finger in here. Is what we need.
I
So
know.
Yeah,
I'm
House
just
of
gonna
Pain.
I'm just gonna get all these things.
Don't hate the mic, hate the pain.
So what I'm doing here is taking this whole clip that's a bunch of different clips. I'm gonna make it into 1 clip,
Sweet.
and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it loopable. In Sonar, we just press Control L, and now I can slide it out as long as I want it. And it'll just
Gorgeous.
repeat.
Nice.
So we'll do two times through, and then at the end, we'll just add one big crash. I'll just edit that in. Gotta go to my pencil tool. Let me make sure that's the same kick that you were using. There's multiple kicks on this. I think this is the kick you were using. And I gotta find a crash. There we
There
go.
you go.
So this is how it end.
Do we
It kind of gets weird at the end.
quantize that fill?
Yeah, let's quantize the fill.
That might not be a good idea, actually.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to do 16ths on that.
Yeah. So I'll just cut this portion, and process.
You don't even need to gate the drums
Quantize.
because you're quantizing, which is like gating drums.
So 16 on that, you said, Drew?
Yep.
All right, let's hear that again. Yeah. So also another thing, it's a problem with sonar is that it sort of just like stops unless you drag out the region. So I do that so we can get a natural decay. And what we need to do now is
Gate that.
quantize the other fill.
The other fill.
All right.
Goof magnets.
All right.
Sweet.
We forgot lounge jazz, like 67 lounge
That
jazz.
could have been cool. We could have rocked that.
I'm also going to make
Pulled up a nice electric piano and
crash.
You should put the China in there.
We'll start out with the China.
Nice.
So the first symbol will be a China. Or is that a splash?
That's a splash.
Thought I heard a China in there somewhere. No, that is a China, isn't
That's a China.
it? Nice.
This is our loop all the way through so far. Nice.
Score.
Yeah.